Hey there, it's Joe from Oops All Games here, and this week has brought some interesting news to the game industry. New game announcements, studio acquisitions, and even a birthday is on the dock, so let's dive right in. First up, a price cut has been announced by Sony for the PlayStation VR 2. This accessory originally retailed for $550, costing more than the PlayStation 5 system itself. But because of that, it didn't really get the sales Sony had expected, and in turn, game support just wasn't there. But now, or should I say starting March 24th, you'll be able to get this accessory at $400 at retailers. This comes more than 2 years after the headset's release, which garnered excitement from VR and PlayStation enthusiasts, but it didn't do much for anyone else. But with a price cut this big, Sony is hoping more players will want to dig further into the PlayStation ecosystem and give VR a try. Next up, Rockstar Games have made a new acquisition to a longtime partner studio. Video Games Deluxe, which was responsible for the LA Noire remaster and fixing the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, has officially been purchased by the gaming giant. This does come at a great time for Rockstar, as their highly anticipated title Grand Theft Auto 6 is currently slated to release this fall, so they'll need all hands on deck for that. Video Games Deluxe is also getting rebranded to Rockstar Australia, cementing them as a true partner to the company. What has been one of the industry's worst kept secrets this year is officially real. The Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series is making another return this year with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, a collection of 2 classic entries in the series similar to 2020's Pro Skater 1 and 2 release. This one takes things further with new and classic parks, skaters, music, and pretty much everything. The next entry in the Pro Skater series is set to release July 11th, however you can play the game 3 days early if you pre-order the Digital Deluxe Edition. This version contains a whole slew of extra exclusive content, including getting to play as the Doomslayer. The game will also be available day one to Xbox Game Pass subscribers. As weird as it is to say, the Nintendo Switch is officially 8 years old. This console released back on March 3rd, 2017, and ever since it has been selling like crazy. It's easily become the most successful Nintendo system and has recently become the 3rd best-selling system of all time. And games like Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe helped sell the system for consumers. Oops All Games will be diving deeper into the life of the Nintendo Switch, talking about the first-party hits and everything surrounding the system later this month, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And while we're talking about Nintendo Switch, we are officially less than a month away from the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. This presentation, set to premiere April 2nd, is expected to showcase all the new features the next generation of Nintendo has to offer, as well as what first-party support the system will get in the first year or two. Oops All Games will be covering this presentation in its entirety, posting our live reactions and recapping everything we see, so there's yet another thing to stay tuned for. Now let's get a quick peek at some of the things releasing this week across the industry. Power Wash Simulator fans are in for a treat, as new downloadable content is now available on all consoles themed around the Wallace & Gromit franchise. Also available now is 2 Point Museum from 2 Point Studios and Sega. Now the typical 2 Point gameplay can be spotted in new wacky places across a museum. This game will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. But the big one this week has got to be Split Fiction, the newest title from Hazelight Studios. The team behind A Way Out and It Takes Two are back once again with another co-op story-driven adventure through sci-fi and fantasy worlds. Split Fiction releases this Friday for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And that leads to our Oops All Games question of the week. We want to know, with the Nintendo Switch turning 8 years old this week, what have been your favorite Switch memories? Is there a specific game that got you to buy the system, or were you there at launch? Head on over to the comments section and let us know your thoughts.